What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Plastic Power Podcast. This is Starblast Studios alongside with Daredevil 19, and joining us today for this episode is Super Mariozilla, aka Vinny. How's it going, man?
Welcome, people of I forgot where this is launching, but if
my channel.
Yeah. Okay. Well, welcome, people of Daredevil 19's channel, and any chance you are a subscriber to my channel, then hello from the Collector Corps.
We are also on Spotify. Hello to all the people listening to us on Spotify and SoundCloud and all the other stuff that I do not remember. Today we're going to be going over the episodes. Today we're going to be going over the newest releases, the newest reveals from a bunch of the figure companies that happened on WonderCon. We also got a couple of other figure related news that also came from Kong Studios. We're going to be going over through a bunch of those. So Daredevil, go ahead and start us off here. Tell us, what are the current newest releases that we got with the figure lines in the news and such. You start us off. What are we doing? What do we got?
All right. So yeah, I guess we had what was it? WonderCon? I guess recently happened, or Wonderfest or something. But
I think it was
we got Wonderfest.
Oh wait, Wonderfest. Okay. Well, already we're off to a great start to the podcast.
Good thing you're here. Good thing you're here.
They're gonna complain about us getting wrong. Like dang nabbit.
Yeah. But yeah. So. We got a lot of new reveals. Revoltech with their amazing Yamaguchi stuff. Figma did drop a lot of stuff, but we didn't really know too many of them, so we don't want to bring it on here and not know too much about the characters or something. Demonical Fit revealed something after Kong Studios did, which are the same characters, and a couple other things. So we get started off with the amazing Yamaguchi My Hero stuff. They did reveal 2 new characters, so we're getting Kirishima now, and they just announced Aizawa, Eraserhead. Yeah. And what do you think of? Yeah, what do you think of those 2, Vinny?
So the Aizawa, I cannot say anything about him because we haven't even seen his prototype yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So I will conserve my thoughts for him until we see the actual product. The other character though, that looks damn good.
Yeah. I think I like it. Looks like a season 4-ish 5 look.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, because he has that new upgrade where his skin looks more rock-like too. So
yeah.
But, I'm not sure if is that going to be like a separate figure. I actually no, because it's Revoltech doing it. I presume that just like with their Arkham Knight figure and Red Hood thing, they're going to be able to take off some of the pieces from there and replace it with the hardened parts. Yeah, that's
if you look at the unpainted one, look at his arms and his body on that one. It's just like crazy sculpt detail to give it that like boulderish rocky look. It's all like jagged edged and stuff. It's not like that on the painted one.
What do they call it? The super hardened mode?
I don't know.
Something like that. What are you going to say?
If that's one thing I'd like to compliment Amazing Yamaguchi for, ever since their first dabble in the line with Deadpool, they've been slowly getting better and better with the sculpted details and also the overall aesthetic.
Yeah. Yeah, they keep pretty much upgrading with each release and learning from past releases where their mistakes were at,
I remember with this line when we first got not even necessarily with this line. The first thing we had from My Hero related action figures was the Figma stuff, and the Deku was one of the rarest, figures, hardest figures to get for some time. And then they re-release it, and then all of a sudden Amazing Yamaguchi comes out with their line of figures. And ultimately, from my understanding, even though I don't have that any of the Amazing Yamaguchi figures, they seem to be some of the best and most appreciated My Hero figures that we currently have. For me specifically, I feel like it's a bit above my price range, but they really do seem to have a good value for dollar.
There was at one point I owned the Figma Deku and Figma Bakugo. Deku, I did not care for, especially after I saw the reveal of Revoltech's version. And the Figma Bakugo, I hated. That was one of the worst figures I had in my collection.
Yeah, I had both too. I had both
Yeah.
the Yamaguchi and the Figma one, and same with Bakugo. I had both of them too.
I need
And
to sell
I
that
sold them
Bakugo,
to
bro.
people
I need to get this out of here, bro. The
Amazing
Yamaguchi ones.
Yamaguchi, they're just a lot of fun. They give you not just more posing options because of their crazy articulation and the way they engineer their figures, because they engineer their figures differently than other companies. Like you have thigh swivels cut on angles, which is like what, but it works really good. And then you have that weird cut right here, that like shoulder blade side torso joint, and then the arm, it's of course
Like
connected to the arm. What
they
else?
legitimately
Yeah.
really want you to get as much articulation out of that. And that's something,
Yeah.
with the figures I really appreciate is that they want you to
Yeah.
protect, like they want you to perfect the craft of articulating the figure. Like one of my favorite figures that's a little bit like underrated. A lot of people don't really seem to like this figure, but Revoltech Venom. Like not
Oh
only
yeah.
to me is it a very like comic accurate Venom, but it's like like there's some issues that some people had with a few of the joints, being loose. But
Yep.
I found that it's like still a very fun figure to pose around. And if actually any of
Yeah.
the joints are loose, what you can actually do, because a lot of the joints, that hold like the arms and such together and the torso are actually the same. You can swap them out and put whichever one on there,
Yep.
switch it with whatever one is better to kind of get the best of the quality from it. And so
Yeah.
like
You
that's
get you get.
no, go ahead.
Sorry, I was letting you. I
No,
was trying to let you finish.
I was just gonna say, like, that really just does. It seems to be like a thing that Revoltech, is capable of doing with a lot of their figures, not just Venom.
Yeah, yeah. And they always, another good thing is they include so many extra joints too. And it's like, oh, if a wrist joint breaks, I have 3 extra, 4 extra. And a
Yeah.
lot of figure companies, Figma does that sometimes too, but a lot of other companies don't
I
do
wish
that,
they
which it
could.
would be a good idea.
Yeah, I wish they could do that a little bit more sometimes with their elbow joints. But other than like, cause I've never really had any problems with the wrist. But other than
Yeah.
that, I'm not gonna complain about extra pieces and such.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The-
Go ahead, Vinny. Yeah, go ahead, Vinny.
I was just about to say that the extra pieces, that's always been a highlight, especially with the My Hero
Yeah.
figures from Revoltech. They give you a lot of effects and display options.
Yep, yep.
Like, if it's not the articulation to have a lot of fun with, it's utilizing that
Yeah, and
articulation
then
in
combining
conjunction with
both
the
of
effect
those,
parts.
you get like endless posing and display options, which that's what an action figure is all about.
Like with like with Bakugo and Deku, you those are gauntlets that Bakugo has. You can use those with Deku as well because they even showed it off in the promotional pictures.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Yep.
This is the company that encourages you to mix and match.
Yeah, they want you to do that. Plus, a lot of pretty much all the joints are similar on each figure, so
Yeah. It's always a consistent across the
like
board.
Todoroki was a lot of fun too, and I think Hawks or Endeavor's the next. And since we're on that topic, might as well talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, so they said that they were going to make an Endeavor figure for a while, and looking at the new pictures that we have, it looks like all the poses that you can get him into, looks fantastic. I love like these fiery effects that they have all over him. I was really skeptical as to how that was going to come out because well, the first one that we got, was like of a figure of him
Like,
was from the McFarlane one. Yes. And that one that one had problems. It did not look very good. This looks nicer. There's like extra detail in the fire, like the different shades and such. Whereas with the McFarlane, there was a bunch of like there were just translucent pieces, and it just did not work. I don't for the
and they
figure,
were rubbery.
Yeah, from what I understood.
Yeah. Because I had Todoroki, and I mean his weren't bad. You just put them on his fists. One was ice, and the one was fire. But the Amazing Yamaguchi one, he had 3 different flame effects, and you can connect them all on his arm because they put peg holes, on by their bicep, one on the forearm, usually around the calf, and I think by the foot sometimes. Depends on the character, I think, with that. And then I think you get a couple on their back, but it depends what the effect is as well. Like, but yeah, it looks like Endeavor's going to have all that, and it looks like he has an extra flame accessory that goes on his back along with the ones on his arm, and then he has stuff on his waist, but the one on his waist looks similar to the one on his arm, but then the one on the leg looks different.
Yeah. What do you think about it, Vinny?
Yeah.
I think Endeavor looks fantastic. He looks a lot better than the McFarlane one, as stated before.
Oh yeah.
Well, plus those flame effects. I'm a sucker for fire effects, especially on figures.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason I love using the Tamachi flame effects. And
yeah, those are cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm definitely going to be creative and use those effects with this kiddo.
You got to. Yeah, that's a great combination.
He'll make an amazing companion piece. I know that for a fact.
Oh, definitely. And then if you have All Might, put him up with All Might, and then you could get his partner Hawks.
Yeah.
But the way they did Hawks, like his wings, just the detail in the wings are just insane looking. Same with on the jacket with like the fur. And the sculpting on the pants look great. Hawks, that's the one I'm really, really excited to get out of all the ones we have right here.
Hawks is just one of those examples that you can have a lot of articulation, even with crazy amounts of details like those.
Yeah.
It's getting to the point where some figure companies having limited articulation over greater details is starting to become a little bit more unacceptable.
Oh, yeah.
Because like, and I'm not talking about like Revoltech is different because of the way they utilize their joints. It's their own made joints.
Yep.
But like other figures, they can also have just as much crazy articulation. So it's like,
yeah.
I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, like McFarlane Toys, they're a good example. It seems like he's trying to work in sculpting onto his joints. But man, when you articulate those joints, they just don't look nice.
It's like, because the thing with what it really seems to be is that he builds like everything as a statue first, and then adds an articulation on their second.
That's
and
exactly what he does.
That mechanic is very like I hate to say it, but it's kind of outdated nowadays because of just how very easy it is to. It just doesn't look good, because even Marvel Legends, they're changing out, like, they're doing pinless technology, whereas McFarlane still is, stuck in that exact same pattern with, like, that gappage and such in the legs. Like, it's like, I'm gonna be honest, it's like, I don't know, like, how, I feel like McFarlane, with his view on how people want their figures, it really seems to be like he's stuck in, like, this perpetual cycle from 2010, and it's like, of like how he wants to do stuff.
Like like McFarlane has really outdated views how articulated figures should be.
He does, like back in the 90s, Todd McFarlane was ahead of the game. His figures were like top tier action figures back then. People weren't sculpting figures like that. You just had the basic articulation, and but he didn't really add articulation. He just put like swivel cuts. But back then it was different. It's like, these are so detailed. It blew your mind. But now he like, I understand liking statues, but make that its own thing. Make statues its own thing. Make action figures their own thing.
Like, and the difference between Figuarts and Figuarts Zero.
Yeah, exactly. They're making action figures and statues. Even I think, Figment does, or Max Factory or Good Smile, whatever, does that too. But another thing with McFarlane, he uses ratchet joints, so it makes it hard to stand figures a lot because it's on the ankles.
The biggest example with detailed articulation being to a figure's practical detriment is Clayface, the McFarlane Toys Clayface, because it is stupidly difficult just to pose that figure. Like, I'm almost close to breaking my hand moving that thing.
Is it super tight? It's really tight, right?
Yeah, it's super tight. I have to use a hair dryer all the time to get it to move.
Yeah, my Killer Croc has really tight joints.
Yeah, the Man Bat doesn't have tight joints, and I have more fun posing that figure than I do with Clayface.
Yeah, Man Bat doesn't have really loose joints. I just had like a loose left ankle joint, and I was like, out of every joint, it had to be the ankle for Man Bat.
So loose joint for any figure.
Yeah, it really is a loose ankle joint. Your figure you're kind of screwed.
So for this next
exactly.
figure, I really hope that I'm not like it's like it sucks. Like I should know his name, but I don't remember his name. I think his name is Hawks because he has like the wings.
Oh
Or, like,
yeah, Hawks. We were just talking about him. Yeah, Hawks.
Yeah, Hawks.
Yep.
Like okay, I love how this figure looks. I like his
Yeah, me
character in
too.
My Hero and the wings. The wings that the way that they really seem to go because it's Revoltech. It's like I think this is the best that this is the best that we can really like expect from really any figure company for wings. If this was Figuarts that was doing it, they'd make it a solid piece, like not
Probably.
no articulation in there. Like they would make it like
one joint, but Revoltech probably has a few in there. Because look, you could completely fold up his wings and then fully expand them.
Yes, and I love that. And it's just like I presume that he's also going to be having some other like wing effects where you can hold like where he holds onto like feathers, he uses them for swords, or like he has like some where he just
has those. Them. Yeah, he has the sword ones. Yeah, and then when he shoots out all his feathers, they have these two translucent. I guess this was the best way they could do it because I mean, what are you gonna give us? Like 50 tiny little feathers that you're gonna lose. So they made like these two sheet translucent plastic. And then they put pictures of small feathers all over it, so you can kind of like put it by his wings. Kind of blends in all right. I mean, with how good people are getting at figure photography, like Vinny is fantastic at it. People could probably find a way to.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, sir. But people, people could really find a way to make them blend in, and you probably won't really notice that it's a translucent plastic sheet. But he does have a lot of good accessories. You can remove his goggles. But yeah, he's got the wing blades, so yeah, it should be a really cool figure.
The way I'm looking at the Hawks' wings is proof that Bandai should have taken notes when designing the MonsterArts Ghidorah 2019.
Yeah, because that was just one solid piece, right?
2 giant solid pieces that expanded to an unnecessary 2 feet wide.
Yeah, that figure, man, that figure was just a hot mess.
The first figure was a hot mess. The second figure, the repaint, was a little bit better, but still had the same problem with the wings.
Yeah. I had that problem, and then my tails kept popping off at like the ends. Yeah. I mean, it's a really nice looking like display piece. Like
but practicality, it's like you can't really do much with it.
Yeah, like when I did my review, I didn't know like what poses to do with it because everything was like falling apart. And like, what can I really do besides move their necks around?
I was lucky to get 10 pictures of that thing without it falling apart.
Okay.
Yeah, that one was just they dropped the ball. So now we are moving on to. I mean, we kind of covered Aizawa. It was just pretty much a reveal and a picture.
Yeah,
so I guess
just
we
saying
can
they're
move
working
on to
this next one. I need you to cover this, and you know why. This is a very special figure for you, especially because how they handled a specific part on it.
All right, yeah, which I did just. Yeah, I know you don't like plastic articulated capes.
If you've seen my review of the Revoltech Batman, you know how much I hate those things.
I took mine off and put a cloth wired cape on it, and
smart thing to do.
Yeah, I at least showed it, but people were getting so mad at me in the comments because I didn't do the entire review with the plastic articulated cape on. That like I explained how to use it, what it looked like. I gave you like the idea of what you needed to do, but I wanted to get that thing off.
You're just like, guys, this cape sucks. Do not use it. Buy my capes. Buy my cloth capes. That's how that's the right way to
pretty much.
figures.
Yeah, pretty much. I think some people are getting mad at that. Like, you're promoting your own stuff. It's like, oh no, I am on my channel.
In my review, I just straight up told them throw them in the garbage and get something else.
Light it on fire.
So I am just like, I'm really glad that we're getting a cloth cape now with Moon Knight. It's just what we need.
Well, this isn't the first time they did it. So the first time they did it with their Superman. Yeah, they gave him the wired cape. I don't know if they put bendy wire on the bottom, but they gave him the cloth wired cape and they gave him the plastic articulated cape because there is people, even though it's not as many collectors, but there is collectors who do like those capes. So they figured they would make fans of both happy. So now with Moon Knight, I don't know if he's gonna have a plastic articulated cape. But the cape they have on him is really nice. Like it's an amazing looking cape. I've never seen a figure company really make a very nice cape like that. Sorry, Vinny, go ahead, say.
I'm sorry, but I just wanted to say I'm not sure if anybody noticed this detail, but the cape is connected to his hood, so his hood is also a part of that cape.
I thought the hood was plastic.
Hold
on. Let me look at it.
No, like you zoom in on the pictures, take a closer look. That's fabric.
No, I think what it is that it's like because it seems to be like the cloth piece, folds around the hood, but then like the top part of the hood is plastic and such. This is so that because if it's a cloth thing, it cannot keep that shape on it. Like it merges really seamlessly.
It could if there's bendy wire in it. They could, but I don't think it is because they had another picture and it was really like a close up one, and it did look plastic, but. It does look cloth from this angle that I'm looking at.
Like the reason that
it fooled my eyes. But...
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, like when they revealed their it was one of their Jedi figures. I think it was a Luke Skywalker or an Obi-Wan, but he was wearing like a cloth piece under his robe, and it looked so real. I thought it was actual cloth, but it was plastic. Like sometimes the sculpt is that good.
Yeah,
it plays tricks on your eyes, and I think that's what this is doing. But
that's what happened. It looked seamless.
Yeah, that it does. Wait, where's? I had another picture of it from the top.
I got another picture. Yeah, so like it does look like really seamless, but no, there is like a separation between plastic and cloth on it. So actually here you know I might as well put it up so you can kind of like see it.
Yeah, there. Okay, that was the picture I was talking about.
Yeah, I got that wrong. Apologies.
No worries.
No, you're good. That like I was saying, that happened to me with one of SH Figure Arts' Luke or Obi-Wan figures or something.
Yeah.
But no, it does look that good that it fools your eyes by how good it looks. That's how good Amazing Yamaguchi is getting. But that cape does look really nice, and there's not just it looks like they made it the proper way. This is an issue a lot of figure companies have. Like Mafex, I've always felt like made the best cloth wired capes out of all toy companies. I mean, it wasn't the best cape, but it was the best out of every other toy company. But they rarely put bendy wire in the bottom of their cape. I don't think they ever do. Like the black suit Superman didn't have it, the one right behind me up there. But if you look at this Moon Knight, it looks like there's bendy wire on the bottom as well. And that is how you make a cloth wired cape.
Yeah.
When it's a cape like that with a flat bottom, you got to put bendy wire in the bottom and on the sides. But it's all one piece. It should go even on that neck piece. So when you pose it, it holds the pose better. So if it was cut here and say the bendy wire didn't go all the way through, it wouldn't pose as good. Like some of Mafex's figures had that issue, but the cape looks like it's going to be fun on its own on this figure. And we didn't even go over the figure yet.
Yeah, it looks really well sculpted. And actually, here, Vinny, we didn't have you go over enough analysis on the figure. I'll let you do it.
So Moon Knight, I agree with the cape. They're making it the right way. Like it should have a wire, not just on the sides, but also on the bottom. Because just having it on the sides, and this was a problem I had with some of the Infinity War and Endgame Figure Art store figures. You don't have the posability of that cape is limited without them on the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of the sculpting of the whole figure and how it seems to be articulating? Oh, he lost him.
I think the sculpt looks fantastic. Like lots of detail worked into the costume. It gives me a bit of MCU Moon Knight vibes, which is not a bad thing. I love the design of that costume as well. And
I like the armor pieces on it.
The armor. That's one of my favorite parts. Like some people complain that these figures are not 100% comic book accuracy, but putting your own twist on things is not a bad thing. And the way they put their twist on Moon Knight, it works for Moon Knight, like design-wise and character-wise.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I like how the armor is a different shade of white, too. So you could tell what's armor and what's not.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really nice detail.
Yeah, and then his moon, what are those called? A crescent moon things. That looks really cool. It looks like
Is
it's like a silver.
Moonarangs.
Yeah, pretty much. Like he is pretty much the MCU. I mean, the Marvel version of Batman. Him and Daredevil
He pretty much
combined
is.
are. Yeah,
He-
yeah,
he
pretty much. I mean, he has
minus the dissociative identity disorder, but yeah, this is Marvel's Batman.
Yeah, and he does have superpowers. Batman doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, all right. So now moving on from Moon Knight, we're going to head over to DC, and they revealed pretty much like twin figures, because all you got to do with these guys is repaint them, and that's with any version of them practically.
Yeah.
So they did reveal Flash and Reverse Flash, and these look like they're going to be a lot of fun. Look at all the like electricity or
the
lightning effect. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Look, we're gonna have a ton of those. You can tell.
I am glad. I love how great these look. I'm glad that they made them. They look so much better than the Mezco releases of the two of them. I remember the biggest complaint with the Reverse Flash.
Not even
it looks like he's in
comparable.
pajamas. He looks like he's in his pajamas, bro. Like, what are this?
And the face sculpts were really odd. Like, that's when they
and you
first
couldn't,
started.
and I heard that there's also problems with it where you couldn't really get him into very good running pose because the fabric, it causes like problems with the fabric or something like that. It's really not that good.
Did you have that, Vinny?
I wish I was. Well, what?
Did you have that Flash?
I wish I was home right now because I would absolutely pull off both my Mezco Flash and Reverse Flash off that shelf just to prove what Starblast is talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have images on the screen. I'm sure Sean will put some there.
Yeah, I always do. I feel like this is gonna be like the coolest and most fun 112 Flash and Reverse Flash too.
Yeah.
Wait, 112 or oh yeah, 112.
Yeah, 112 6-inch.
112.
I got 1/6 mixed up. They're like, hold on a second. No, 1/6 is bigger.
Yeah, I used to get 1/6 is 12-inch. That's like Hot Toys.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
then, yeah.
the way that and it's just like because of the fact, and I just like again because it's Revoltech doing it, you get so much more articulation and so much more dynamic poses out of them running, and so they just I can't wait to see how these figures look. It's gonna be really exciting to see like how like other ways that you can mess around with the alternate lightning bolts and set them on there like after.
Like you see the one on their eyes. They each have one on their eye too, which is really cool.
Yeah, that is like really good. It reminds me. Didn't Deku have something similar like that?
No.
Deku, no, he had an interchangeable front hairpiece that had the little green electricity coming out of it. That's what he had. They did that with Todoroki, but some of his hair is going up, and then the flames are kind of coming out with his hair on one side.
I can imagine that being the same case then. If you have an interchangeable front mask piece, yeah, like you don't have to have the lightning on them all the time. That would be That's gonna be awesome.
Even like the little detail with how their hands look good. Like the way Barry's hands look, that's a good like running pose hand. And then even same with Reverse Flash, she has some pretty cool looking hands.
Well,
like,
I would assume so since they're the same mold.
Like that too. No, those hands are different compared to the Flash has, because he's.
Oh, wait, never mind. They are. Okay, I'm tripping.
Yeah, Reverse Flash, he kind of has his other fingers clenched besides the index finger.
Well, I'm sure that like they'll both come with like all the same pairs of hands. Just so happens they're using different ones.
Yeah, they're gonna be identical figures, just different faces.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Flash is so much more than just running poses. Like if Revoltech does not challenge collectors to give them give them more poses than just running, I don't know what will. Because you can do a lot with the Flash and Reverse Flash.
Yep.
It's just that some figures make it hard to do other poses with them, like with Mezco.
You know how I always posed when I had my Mafex Justice League Flash? I always had him posed on a stand like he was running off the wall. Mm-hmm. That's how you got to do it. That just right there, like you're saying, you just got to be creative with them because there's a lot of things you can do with of those characters and with these figures. So Amazing Yamaguchi is really
they've been killing it. They've just been slowly getting better and better. And I'll go on a limb and say Moon Knight and Flash is probably one of their best comic book looking figures so far.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that as well, especially
Yeah,
Flash.
There's so many figures. I don't even know if I like how I feel about that. There's a lot, but you know what? They
Yeah,
definitely
there's
look
a
great.
lot.
They're high up there just from the way that they look. I gotta agree with you. Yeah,
All right.
but
Oh, go ahead, sir.
yeah, I was gonna say, moving on to the next figure line.
That's what I was gonna do too.
You know what? Okay. Uh,
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, moving on to the
I
next
thought you
figure
were gonna
line, we have some news from Buzzmod. Apparently, they're going to start making some Rurouni Kenshin figures, and this is very interesting because the only company that I am aware of, other than some old ones from back in the day, that has made modern day Rurouni Kenshin figures was Dyson Model.
Yeah.
And they used, if I'm not mistaken, they had them in the same scale as Ishigo, if I'm right. Like, was it like
Yeah, it
in
was that weird, like almost 7-inch scale. I don't know if you had any of those, Vinny, any Death and Model stuff. Even their
I
One
do
Punch
not.
Man was 112. No?
I do not have anything from Dassen Model, unfortunately. Like,
Yeah.
I cherry pick what I collect. I try not to get into too much stuff.
You got
Like,
to now these days, too.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I try not to. I try to, and even if I do get into new stuff, I again cherry pick that. Like with, I just started collecting for the Figure Arts Common Rider, and Ultraman lines. And I've been cherry picking those because I know way I'm getting every figure.
Oh
in
yeah,
that line.
especially Common Rider,
Yeah.
because that was their biggest line before Dragon Ball. The Dragon Ball Figure Arts blew up.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's cool about this too, Buzzmod doesn't really make any other figures that I know of besides Demon Slayer up here, which they are doing a really nice job with them. They are a bit pricey though. I don't know why they're like $120 each figure. It's like, come on, bro.
Well, they
But-
definitely beat out that poor excuse version of the Akiza figure. I saw reviews of that, and it was so bad. Like just how bad that figure was. It was ridiculous.
No, I was getting that too.
No. The Figma one's bad. The Buzzmod one is good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
don't worry. You're gonna get a good figure.
All right. Yes.
And I enjoyed the anime Demon Slayer, but
yeah.
when I saw the price tags on those Buzzmod figures, I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah,
like
I'm
they
in the
look
same.
like good.
That's why I only got 2 of them.
Yeah, like I believe that they're good figures, but it's a little bit too rich for my blood right now.
Well, what they're kind of like a mixture of Figma and Amazing Yamaguchi, but not as heavy into articulation as Yamaguchi, but they do have really good articulation. So they're kind of a mixture of those 2 figure lines, which is a pretty good mixture. It's not bad, but they have the same exact joints as Figma and Amazing Yamaguchi, which I'm not the biggest fan of those, but they're not that bad. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like that double ball hinge.
Yeah, those are double ball hinge joints. Like those are weird.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they give you the movement you need, but yeah, I remember when Revoltech first started doing it, like with the Venom, it kept splitting apart on me. I'm like, what the hell? So some of them kept doing that, but they fixed that issue.
Yeah,
but yeah, this is also Buzzmod's step into another line. So this could be good. Hopefully their figures get cheaper because neither of you, I don't think, ever gotten a Buzzmod figure, right?
No, I haven't. And it's just like the aftermarket really makes it even more difficult, how expensive they are. Like I saw Tanjiro on there for like 150 and they had other figures. I'm just like, dude, they look great, but I can't rationalize spending that much on like one figure.
I genuinely want to give Buzzmod a chance.
Yeah.
But they need to make a character I'm really into to willingly spend up
who
20
would that be? Who would that be? Because mine was Uzui and Inosuke.
Oh man, yeah, that's a good question. Like
maybe they didn't show up yet.
It's probably because they haven't shown up yet. If I had to choose, maybe Jotaro Kujo, from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's not
okay.
specifically talking about Demon Slayer. He's talking about like different animes and such.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
since we're on
A different
JoJo,
series.
yeah, since we're on JoJo, I don't know how familiar. I know you both. You are big. Well, I know Starblast is, so now I know you're a JoJo fan, Vinny, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I don't know if you know about Super Action statues in their
Yes.
JoJo line. Like they have a ton of JoJo stuff. So uh, someone sent me this on Instagram. So this is at Super Action Statues booth over at Wonderfest. They're teasing a Black Swordsman Guts.
Oh,
And and Vinny, you know what Berserk is, right?
I do. Yeah. I do know what Berserk is, and I have also seen the design of Black Swordsman Guts.
Yeah, so they're teasing that it was just an image, but do either of you have any Super Action statues, JoJo stuff?
I've gotten tempted at buying a few of them before. They're just like, like they go for like $80 to $100, and from my understanding, because of how the plastic is done and like all the sculpting, you can't really get as much articulation out of them. They really a lot of the budget goes into the sculpting, from my understanding. It's
And
like
the painting. Yeah.
it's like the way that the way that I see it. It's like it is a higher quality version of the McFarlane line in the sense where they make the sculpt first and then add in the articulation and such after, hence the name Super Action Statue.
Yes, I was about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any, Vinny?
The closest thing I had was going to a friend's house, and he actually had the Super Action statue, Dio from JoJo Part 3. And I did get to mess with that figure, and great sculpt. Like, it looks fantastic, but the articulation is definitely limited. So,
yeah, it's a bit horrendous, because I've had the Drifters figures.
There is one figure that I've been wanting to pick up a couple times from Super Action Statue. It's I don't know if you've ever watched the anime Parasite. There's this one character named Shinichi, and he had like basically he has like his hand which Parasite got infected. Yeah, it's like Migi that they call him.
The main character, right?
Yeah, and it looks like such a good figure, and the way that they managed to have the articulation and such with the sculpting, it seems to be very well done, and that's like one that I've been very interested in picking up. I just never got around to it.
Yeah, it's crazy too, because a lot of their JoJo stuff, like with the Figure Arts Dragon Ball line, goes up like crazy in price. Like probably the JoJo's, like Dio. You said Dio, I'm like, oh my god, that's probably worth maybe a couple $100, because some of them just shoot up. I know they re-released a few though.
Yeah, like Dio World, Star Platinum, JoJo, they go up like crazy.
Yeah.
I just wish that they would make their figures in 6-inch scale, because that's my preferred, scaling with figures. If they ever make, if there's ever a
Super Action statue.
Yeah, I don't think that the JoJo figures are 6-inch scale. At least to my knowledge, they're not, right? But
were they?
They're like, I feel like they're 7-inch.
No, they are. Oh, they are absolutely not 7-inch.
Yeah, I think they're maybe 6.5, but no, they're not 7-inch figures.
They are absolutely not the 7-inch figures. They are around the 1/12 scale.
Yeah. Because I had, I don't know if you guys ever seen the anime Drifters. They made two of the main characters. I used to have those, but yeah, they weren't 7-inch, but they were a little bit bigger than 6-inch. But it's something like one of those deals. But the whole Guts thing, to me, this is great news, because that's just one of my favorite series. But Figma has made us okay Berserk figures, but they don't update them, and all they've done is repaint. So this might be something that could be better. So
I definitely hope so. It really seems like it will. We don't need any more of those, Figma joints and like those really lackluster, because like they have the technology to really, to really make the figures better, and they just don't.
Yeah. They gave. Go ahead, Vinny.
I was about to say, I love the design of this figure. So the character, excuse me. So I'll absolutely try to get this, because it looks badass.
if that's what this is, which I'm pretty sure it is because it's right by the JoJo stuff. So I'm pretty sure they wouldn't put like something random over there. Which watch, it's probably like a statue. God damn it.
Okay.
All right, so now we're moving on to some more third-party stuff, and this is more Dragon Ball type stuff from two different third-party companies, but the same character. Vinny, are you familiar with this? Is from Dragon Ball AF, right? Right, Starblast.
Yes.
Are you familiar with that, Vinny?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so you know this whole Super Saiyan 5 design from it.
Yeah, I have seen the Super Saiyan 5 design.
Okay, so
surprisingly enough, it's not even Super Saiyan 5. The character, his name is Tablos, and his form is called Spirit Killer. That's what the original thing is made. But we're calling it Super Saiyan 5 because that's how we know it as at this point.
That's what the companies are calling it. So wait, that's not even Goku then?
It's like that original drawing was not even Goku. It's hilarious.
That's cool though. I do like these non-canon characters that they're making. Like I really like these figures they made, the Xeno Gokus. Hopefully they keep doing stuff like this because we'll never see SH figure arts of it, and it's just cool just having random fan-made designs of stuff. But Kong Studios revealed their first. Vinny, the only demonical fit one is the one with the like that lime green color on it. So that's the demonical fit. All the other pictures of that is Kong Studios.
Okay.
So
I got to get into this. This whole thing between Kong and demonical fit gives me some words I need to spit out here. So here we have Kong Studios working on their own thing. Super Saiyan 5.
Yeah.
Actually coming out with a figure which they showed, prototypes of, they worked on, they promised to get it out. Demonical Fit comes out with Demonical Fit sees this and they're just like, let's compete even more with Kong Studios. Let's try to let's try to one up them even more. And so they released a prototype showing it saying project confirmed on it, which doesn't mean anything if you know how Demonical Fit's history is. I've just constantly seen
getting
them,
like Mezco. Keep showing new stuff and not releasing it or making it.
Batman 89, anybody?
It's just so upsetting because here they are constantly making new renders, and I'm getting tired of it. I want to see them actually release some of the old renders, which they revealed, like their masked variant of like Goku Black and all of these other Broly stuff. And it's just I'm tired. It's just like it's really gone to the point where it's just like I'm really just tired. Future Gohan. I'm just Demonical Fit. Work on your own products. Work on your own thing, and stop blue balling fans. You got other stuff you got to work on before you start going into Super Saiyan 5. Like it's ridiculous.
As someone who runs like their own small business with the capes, that's something me and my girl never do. We don't. If we have pre-orders for current items, we're not gonna not make those and just start working on new items. Meanwhile, people paid for pre-orders, or you have announced that these are coming out next, because now people are expecting that release, but then you do it again with another new item, so then you push back that first item, so you're just digging yourself into a deeper hole by doing that, which is what Mezco has been royally effing themselves with. How many
Mr. Freeze, Ghost Rider, Superman, actually a couple of their own IPs actually. Spider-Man 2099 for a bit, Wolverine, and need I mention the Batman 89?
Yeah, and what about the Ghost Rider set? And what about the Fantastic Four? Did the Fantastic Four set come out?
The Fantastic Four's release date is still slated for this year.
Yeah. And here's how I see it. It's like I constantly see them do this, and it really just seems like a really bad idea. And you want to know why that is? It's because, okay, so Demonical Fit already does stuff in competition with SH Figuarts. Like they and granted, I feel like their Super Saiyan 2 Goku was better than Figuarts, ultimately. But people are gonna be looking at all of these different versions of like the same figure and not be sure which one to get. So basically, they are putting themselves in competition with other like companies, and as a result of that, it oversaturates the market for that one version of the character. People are gonna see all these.
Nations already knows about them too.
And it's like if they legitimately want to make a product that is going to sell, like why not just make one thing and like avoid competition altogether? You have an exclusive figure that only this company could get, therefore multiple people would be gunning for that. Now they're continuously competing with this company. How does that guarantee that their copy of the figure is going to sell well when the Kong Studios one has been out for a while and it's doing great?
Exactly.
Who cares?
Yeah,
like at this point, who cares?
Out of Kong Studios, Figure Arts, and Demonical, whatever the hell you want to call them, out of those three, they are my least favorite out of the three. I like Kong better than them, and of course, SH Figure Arts. So, if all three of them make the same figure, I would go with the official release first. Then, I would go with Kong. Then, Demonical Fits. So, like you were saying, if all of them made the same character and Demonical Fits, not thinking, trying to be in competition, not just with Figure Arts. And whenever Figure Arts see them make stuff, Figure Arts purposely makes an official release so people forget about that Demonical Fit one. So,
and it's because Bandai realizes that's money they're not making.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Although I will say though, it's not like with Super Saiyan 5 Goku, it's a little bit different because it's not like they can actually make it unless they talk with like the creator. That's not even a version of the character they own. They don't have rights over that.
So yeah, exactly. Like there's only so much Bandai can touch, and third parties should realize this.
They don't give a shit. and I just do whatever the hell they want until they get sued.
Yeah. And I will say this, it's just like I do like both Demonical Fit and Kong. I feel like Demonical Fit still has that edge over Kong in terms of quality control and whatnot. You know, like as great as like some of the stuff that Kong is, like there has been like I've collected a bunch of their figures. I've gotten like their Resurrection F version Goku Black. I've gotten their Capsule Corp Time Patrol Goku.
You got the Vegito of those two.
Yes, I did, and it's just like. Like oh my god! Even starting back, like with this competition that they had just doesn't seem to stop. They had the Super Saiyan Blue Resurrection of Goku. They had the Vegito. They're having the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta on top of that as well. And I will say, like in terms of like what I think is better, I think Demonical Fit did beat the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta a little bit more. Like just because they included the Majin faceplate and the hair sculpt seemed to be nicer, but otherwise it's just like I really don't find even though it's objectively a little bit better, I don't even find that it's necessary. Like I still find that people would have like their preferences and such for the Super Saiyan 3 one with Kong because the colors are much more appealing to other people than the stuff with Demonical Fit, and I'd much rather see them do. I'd much rather Demonical Fit see them do their own thing than to get all these duplicate releases and stuff
like the future Gohan. Nobody else is touching that.
Not yet, at least.
Focus on that. Yeah.
Yeah, and plus we've been. Oh, so go ahead, Vinny. Sorry, barely giving you a chance.
Just jump in whenever you want to say something.
Okay, but like, sorry, I did not want to be rude. So.
Nah, don't worry about it.
About Future Gohan, nobody else is touching that. Even Tamashi is not touching it. So, like, jump on it.
Yeah, the only one we've really got is the model kit from Figure Eyes, but that's a different scale than Figure Arts. But
that's a different scale, like completely different quality of figure.
Yeah, and they're more bulkier too than Figure Arts. But I would buy that so quickly if they released it. The Future Gohan from Demonical Fit. Nobody's made that, and that's a lot of people's favorite version of Gohan. It's either that one or the Cell Saga Gohan.
Yeah.
So it's why do the competition when there's? I always say this about SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball line. That line will be endless. They're always gonna have characters they can make, whether it's new characters, different versions characters, 3.0, 4.0, 5.0 repaints. They're always gonna have figures to make. I don't know where I was going with that.
No, it's like
I lost my train of thought.
Basically, you're saying that so long as like they continue to make figures, like they're gonna proceed to get better and upgrade. So like they can remake characters Like they can make all these different, like they already have so many different versions of Goku. They can keep making new versions of Goku, and the more that they do, like one thing, we're like, oh, well, what about a 5.0 version of like this Piccolo figure, because this Piccolo is now outdated. They can make more of the same figures, and people will still buy it because they want to have the best of whichever figure and whichever character that they like.
Or just make battle damage versions of them. People will eat those up.
Hey, MonsterArts like is doing battle damage stuff, like the newly released version of Mecha King Ghidorah. Like we had a previous version, but this new version has battle damage wings. So you have different display options with that. So it's not true battle damage version, but it still counts because it has the optional parts.
Yeah,
especially if you had the first one, you could display the new one with those battle damage wings.
And then that would make somebody if they didn't have that first one, maybe they'd want to buy 2 of that one, and then they could display it battle damage, not battle damage. I do that with battle damage characters, or if some of them have different hair sculpts, like powered down Super Saiyan, so it makes you want to buy duplicates too. But if Demonical Fit there's so many different characters or a different version of a character they can make that figure arts aren't touching and probably won't touch for years, because maybe they're secondary characters or something. And then they wouldn't have to compete with people unless they enjoy the competition. Who knows?
It really is kind of sad, because nowadays, like, you have all these different products that Demonical Fit has made, and it's all they seem to be, interested in doing is making a better version of the event exclusive that was already released, for each year, or they're trying to compete with Kong or something along those sorts. One thing that I was really bummed out that we didn't get, that actually went up for pre-order on 5K, because it really did seem like they were going to be going in that direction, was their Goku Black upgrade kit. So
the pink hair one?
No, this upgrade kit for Goku Black. It is included with like the same hair sculpt that they included with the Counterattack K, and then they also comes with the scythe. Basically, it comes with a bunch of the accessories that they came with the Chosen ones, but it's in an accessory kit.
Right, I remember it.
And basically the whole point, the purpose of that is basically to go along with the Figure Arts clone Goku Black, like so the $35 one, and so they're saying, so the idea behind it is you buy the figure from Figure Arts. Even if you might have gotten the Chosen ones already, you buy that thing from Figure Arts, and then you buy that upgrade kit from Demonical Fit, basically getting you like the whole set. Because I remember looking at the accessories on this thing, so you get all of like the facial expressions that came on each of the forms, but for all the forms, and then include and then you include that teeth gritted look, that exclusive variant face. That they included with the Goku Black face on the Zamasu figure, for when you interchange like the stuff to, give him like Goku in the Zamasu clothing. And also including the scythe, also including like, that special hand that he had when he did that, and then, gripping hands as well too with the ring. Like it's all a really good kit, and it includes faceplates that we haven't even gotten on either of them. It really bummed me out, because I like to kind of have all of that optional, like, posing and facial expressions for Goku Black, especially for stop motions too. But a shame we never got that.
Ideas, little kits like that, or the face and head sculpt kits, because they're actually helping Tamashinations, because then it makes you buy the official figure, but then you get Demonical Fit's accessory packs. So Demonical Fit is kind of helping Tamashinations there too, because they made an accessory for one of their figures.
Sorry, so I know we went on,
which helps boost the official figure sales.
What happened, Vinny?
I was about to say, which also boosts the official figure sales.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I want to after, I know we went on a bit of a tangent there, but I want to kind of reverse back and talk a little bit more about the Kong Studio. So basically, Kong Studios has been milking out, their Super Saiyan 5 mold a little bit. They showed like an evil gold Super Saiyan variant. They've gotten the Super Saiyan Rose variant. They seem to be having a lot of variants, and now we have like this new one, but with the clothing that Tablos had, it being now in the form of this new like evil Super Saiyan 5 Goku, like another version.
Is that what the black fur is?
Yeah, I think that there's like this one storyline where Goku split apart from his evil self that only really like shows himself when he's in an angry rage of Super Saiyan. They basically say that when Goku bumped his head, it conserved all of the evil within him, and so at some point, like, you know, with this Super Saiyan 5 transfer, like, you know, it like something happened and that evil kind of came apart and split from him into like a whole separate entity, and it becomes
is
this. Is
that what that guy's name is that you said? What was his name again?
So like this is, it's not from Tablos who made this. This is like another, so this is another story altogether that someone basically took inspiration off of the original.
Because you said this isn't even Goku.
Yeah, okay, but no, I'm not saying that this took place in the story of Tablos. This took place in a story where people still thought, people made this and still thought that it was Goku. Like they with Super Saiyan 5 and did their own thing. So no, it's not.
Both companies are calling them.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they're even calling it. What are they calling it? Because they can't even use
calling
Goku.
It Super. Well, Super Saiyan 5 or SS5. They've been calling it.
Yeah, like they I don't remember what they call it. Yeah. They come up with some clever name to avoid copyright. But yeah, so basically,
yeah, they do.
For those who are in the continuity saying, okay, this is Goku, this is another version that they made to go along with that other like fan fiction story that someone made back in the day. It's just like there's so many of them with AF, like I've lost track. But there you go, that exists.
Well, the one that Kong Studios just did, that Super Saiyan 5, that one's Goku, right?
I think that at this point, everyone's just going to determine, you know, that's Goku. No, okay, but the original design that of AF Goku, well, not AF Goku, like that. So, okay, so let me explain. Let me give you a little bit of backstory. So I believe this picture originally came out for an art competition that was in Spain. I might get the country, like I might be getting the country wrong. But someone posted this up on there, like, you know, with and it went out on a newspaper and such. His name was like Tablos, and he posted that, and it went viral online with people with the image Dragon Ball AF. And because of the fact that this is back in the day, like, you know, 2005, 2007 or something like that. Pictures were not in like the highest quality that you can see, where you can see like you know, signatures and such. So it was a very low res, like, you know, image. And people thought that this was going to be the continuation of Dragon Ball for some time, assuming that it was Goku.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember reading it back then, because we didn't have anything else besides Dragon Ball Z and I think GT, and that was it.
And so this evil version is kind of like a concept of a fan fiction of that original design with the clothing. So this one here is the clothing more accurate to that, you know, design and whatnot.
All right. Yeah, I was wondering, because I forgot he had black fur, but then the Demonical Fit one had the white fur, and I'm like, wait. Yeah. So are they the same? But I think Kong is doing the white fur and black fur, because they always make like 7 variants with their figures.
We've gotten like so many now, like with this, like it all starting with
these two are pretty much the same figure, like you said in the review, just different hair color. That's it.
Yeah, and then Super Saiyan 5 is also exactly the same. Only different thing on there is the hair sculpt and the face plates.
Oh, so it's the same as that, just different hair sculpt and faces. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what is the time at?
We're at 59:22.
Okay.
Almost an hour.
Real quickly, I want to ask each of you, and I'll give mine too. So, say Amazing Yamaguchi or Revoltech asks you what My Hero figure you want next, and what Marvel figure do you want next? Vinny, go. Who would you choose?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot.
All right, Starblast, you go. Vinny, think of it.
Okay.
My Hero. Do My Hero first.
My Hero. Okay. What's that name? The one guy who emits like blue fire. He looks like really cool and such. Dabby, maybe him, or like it's something between. Did they make a Hero Killer Stain yet or no?
No.
Okay, no, that would never mind.
I want.
Okay. Well, yours will be Hero Killer Stain. Mine will be, you know, Dabby.
Okay, Vinny.
Okay.
Have you thought of my
and then
so we got a lot of heroes. So we got a lot of heroes for My Hero. I'm trying to remember his name. It was one of the villains who just has to
Shigaraki.
Shigaraki,
yeah, the main villain. Yeah.
We got a lot of heroes. We need villains for the line.
Yeah, that. I don't even think we got a villain yet.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think we do.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, we don't.
We haven't. Oh
You-
my god,
Yeah, no villain.
we don't.
We
We
need
don't have a
villains.
villain.
We
We
need
don't have a
villains.
villain.
Yeah, because they made Midoriya, Bakugo,
Todoroki.
All
Todoroki.
Might. Yeah, Todoroki. I think.
And we're getting Endeavor and Hawks.
Are we
Yeah,
getting?
nobody.
Are we
That's
getting?
the 4 that are only out right now, right? Todoroki was the latest.
Are we getting
release. Yeah.
Uraraka? I hope that's how you say your name.
Uraraka.
Uraraka. Okay.
They didn't announce. No, I never knew you how to say her name either. But they haven't said anything yet. The Figma one isn't bad because how are you gonna give her ankle articulation? You know,
if Revoltech made it, they'll find a way.
yeah, they'll probably make a cut and add in the ball hinge and stuff.
That's a villain I want to see for My Hero.
Yeah. A lot of people want to see him in that line too, so you're not alone on that.
Maybe
Yeah,
all for one too. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And for Marvel, get
Yep.
let's get Daredevil.
Yeah.
Daredevil?
That's who I want to see too.
Let's get Daredevil in the mix. Yeah.
Nah, they
I'm trying
really
to-
should. That'd be fun. Daredevil. I would like to see Daredevil, and I don't want to do the same one as you, but Nightcrawler would probably be one I would choose.
Nightcrawler's a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
choice. But
Yeah,
or maybe like complete the Avengers. Give us Hulk or Thor.
yeah. An amazing Yamaguchi Hulk would be interesting. Starblast. Have you thought of a Marvel character yet?
I'm like trying to think. Like they pretty much like at this point they pretty much made all the figures that I would buy.
Like the main ones
like
you wanted?
like I wanted. Like yeah, I'm not really interested in their Iron.
What about
Man.
a black suit Spider-Man?
Symbiote
Or-
Spider-Man.
That butterfly joints like on the Spider-Man still scars me. I'll have to see reviews and such before I
Yeah.
think.
Or
of it.
how about a different version of Venom? Because that was a more monster version of Venom, which I liked with the crazy tongue and everything.
I
That
have
was
like
always my
so
favorite
many Venom
version.
figures. I don't think I have room for any. I have like I don't know like 9 different ones. I got all the ones from Toy Biz. I got a bunch from Marvel Legends. I got like
Have either of you gotten the movie figure arts one yet?
Yes. I actually got the Figure Arts movie Venom recently.
It looks.
I got
effing
only the Marvel
amazing.
Legends. It looks great, but
That's-
I'm sticking with that one.
Yeah, I know you have that. What happened, Vinny?
I was about to say the Figure Arts Venom is a fantastic figure. Like
It is
Like-
okay because I'll be getting it soon.
yeah, because like it may be an expensive figure, but I generally do think that's one of the best Marvel Figure Arts that's been released like in a while.
Yeah, you could just see it in the promo images. Same with their Carnage. Their Carnage looks
Carnage
insane.
looks amazing. Carnage is one of my favorite. Carnage is pretty much one of my favorite super villains of all time,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed the second Venom movie more than I did the first one.
Yeah, but the Venom movies to me are fun movies to watch. I enjoyed them. I like the first one a little bit better.
Yeah, but like I'm not the biggest fan of those movies, but I will defend the designs. Those are really good.
Yeah. They are good designs.
I got my pick. Okay, if I want Revoltech,
All right, who
okay,
is it?
let Revoltech make a Ghost Rider. I want to see them
Ghost
do that.
Rider.
With the bike.
Yes. With the bike, and then imagine if they made the chains, like how much articulation that chain will have in
man,
there
yeah.
too, and the flame effects as well.
Yeah,
They would do that
they
figure
would-
so much more justice.
They would. I would wonder how they would do the chains. Probably a bunch of ball hinges. I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because it would blend in with the chain link. A ball hinge.
It
a really tiny
would.
one. So I mean, I make the wired chains, but that's a whole different thing. If they did that with the articulation, they could probably do a few chain links and then add in one of the small ball hinges, and you could probably and then they can give you a bunch of different pieces, some curled ones, hooked ones, S-shaped ones, straight ones, so they can give you all types of. That would be a really cool figure. Should we
It
do a
would.
DC one before we wrap it up?
Okay, sure.
All right, so now a DC character.
DC character, I'll say it, Batman Beyond. I think Batman Beyond and his design would lend, and the wings would lend itself really
yeah.
well to a Revoltech.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
You thinking Starblast?
I am thinking right now. I am thinking. So we pretty much already. Let me think. We already got like a Superman. We got like a Bat.
Yeah.
Maybe Green Lantern. Just because like I know if they did,
Oh.
there would be so much more
That would
playability
be-
with the energy effects. Like, they could do a
Yeah.
ton of stuff.
That's a really good pick. I was gonna go with a Bane, maybe. Bane or Nightwing. One of them.
Yeah.
I do want to see them do like a really like Venom was big, but I want to see them do like a Hulk or like a Bane, someone that's more like a big fighting dude,
Let's go a step further. Killer Croc or Doomsday or Clayface.
Oh, since they got Superman, Doomsday would be pretty
exactly.
awesome.
But Parasite, that's also a good pick. Because some designs of Parasite do have that monstrous, bulky design.
Yeah. They would make some pretty good Parasite figures now, you saying that.
Yeah.
Or we can go a step...
We
can go a step even... No, I was going to say, we can go even a step even further. Okay, well, hold on. What was his name? They had him as the almost like lead villain. Not Steppenwolf, like in the Snyder Cut, but the one he worked under. I can't remember his name for some reason. Yes, Darkseid.
Darkseid would be crazy amazing Yamaguchi figure. Yes. I'm sure they'll get the bigger character soon, but the only the bigger character they made was Venom, and he isn't even that tall. Like, he's as tall as all the other figures. He's just real wide and big. Yeah, so lots of good figures on the way. There's figures that we want made in the line, and that's pretty much with every figure line. But
pretty much,
we're always getting new reveals.
But don't make a video. Don't invite me to a video where it's solely choosing which characters, any character we would like to see in figure form, because I could go on for literal ages.
Well, then in that case, that'd be good. The podcast got to be long, otherwise they're not podcasts. So that would be. So thank you. We'll bring you on next time we talk about figures we should get.
Oh, good.
There is a few topics of those we could do. I mean, you could do that with every damn figure line if you really wanted to. But
that's true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Any final thoughts before we close
you
out?
on?
Thank you. It was great to finally be on here. I enjoyed being here, and I just love BSing about figures and talking about them and speculating.
Yeah. We all do.
Yeah.
So definitely good episode, and
absolutely.
Yeah, we had to get a figure episode.
Right.
I don't think we did a figure one in a while, but start.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this newest episode of the Plastic Power Podcast. Make sure you give us a rating review on Spotify, and if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button and hit the subscription icon down below. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you guys in the comment section. Until then.
See ya. Thanks for listening to our episode. If you're on YouTube and watch the video, then thank you for watching as well. We are your hosts, Starblast Studios, and me, Daredevil 19. And if you enjoyed our episode on Spotify, be sure to give us a follow and a rating. And we do thank you. And if you did watch this on YouTube, be sure to give a like if you liked it, and a subscribe if you enjoyed it. And we will catch you on the next episode of the Plastic Power Podcast.